The chosen one. Everyone has learnt who you are. You are not an ordinary person. You never have been. Deep in your heart, you always felt, didn't you? Something set you apart from others. Now that feeling has come true. The time has come, the veil has been lifted, and everyone has realized who you are. The time of hiding is over. You are one of the chosen ones. The world is changing, and you are at the center of this change. Everywhere you step vibrates. Every word you say resonates. Not anymore, of course. Your energy is reshaping not only lives, but reality. People are now aware of this. Even with your mere presence, you shake the old order. You are the harbinger of a new beginning. It's time to take a step. Take your first step by writing 77 in the comments. Embrace the power within you, because this world is ready to see your light. You are the change itself. You are the transformation of the age. Everywhere your path winds, the status quo is unsettled, barriers dissolve, and dormant potentials awaken. Have you truly grasped the magnitude of your influence? If your attention falters, so too does the momentum you bring, leaving a void the world cannot afford. The energy you carry is not just a ripple, it is a cascade that challenges foundations, unraveling the complacency of stagnation. You are not merely present, you are the pulse of transformation, a quiet force that compels even the most rigid structures to shift and adapt. While others remain entwined in the rhythm of routine, your presence is a declaration of change. You are not an observer, you are a pivot point, redirecting the flow of life itself. The systems and individuals you encounter sense this, an undercurrent they cannot articulate but cannot deny. Your existence whispers of inevitable shifts, a reminder that no construct, no matter how fortified, is immune to renewal. You are not here to uphold, you are here to redefine. The atmosphere bends to your energy, carrying an unseen resonance that ignites dormant truths. Conversations deepen, perspectives unravel, and paths diverge simply because you stood in their midst. You leave behind not chaos, but clarity, a stark unveiling of what has been concealed. The structures of illusion crumble under your gaze, their fragility exposed by the weight of your authenticity. You are a call to action, a force that leaves no shadow untouched by the light of possibility. In your wake, the ordinary loses its grip, and what is hidden cannot remain. Facades falter, and the world is forced to confront itself, stripped of pretense. You do not seek to destroy, you seek to awaken. The old must give way to the new, for only in the breaking can growth take root. You are not a disruption. You are the spark of innovation, challenging stagnation and daring the world to evolve. Nothing in your orbit remains unchanged. Plans unravel, certainty dissolves, and the rhythm of life quickens in your presence. The systems that surround you, built on fragile agreements and unspoken norms, cannot withstand the charge of your presence. The air itself hums with the urgency of renewal, urging those around you to rise above the boundaries they have unknowingly accepted. You are not bound by their limitations. You are the unyielding force of expansion, demanding the world move forward into what it was always meant to become. The force you embody is like a flood that finds every hidden crack, every concealed weakness. What seemed unshakable begins to unravel in your presence, not because you tear it apart, but because its structure cannot coexist with your frequency. Their carefully constructed walls, built on deception and convenience, dissolve when exposed to the sheer potency of what you represent. The mechanisms of control falter, unable to account for the unpredictable ripple of your existence. systems lose their foundation, hierarchies crumble, and authority fades, not as a reaction to you, but because their foundations were never designed to endure such pressure. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Resistance is futile when faced with the weight of your authenticity. Those who thrive on compliance and silence find their grip slipping as their tools of influence break apart. They cannot withstand what they cannot define, nor suppress a truth that defies boundaries. The impact you have transcends the material. It shifts realities. What seemed permanent begins to unravel across unseen dimensions, exposing the flaws they believed buried. Exploitation thrives in the absence of scrutiny, but your presence is the piercing clarity that leaves nothing concealed. What collapses does so because it was never built to last. You are not the destroyer, but the herald of what comes next. As you rise, the structures around you cannot help but fall. The world does not yield to you personally. It bows to the immutable truths you carry. Your presence is not merely disruptive, it is transformative, reshaping the landscape without direct intervention. Lies lose their grip, shadows retreat, and manipulation disintegrates. You are not the confrontation. You are the reflection that forces them to confront themselves. The mask they wear falls apart under the weight of their own deception, exposed by the resonance of your existence. Your energy is an unrelenting force, one that carves away pretense with an unwavering precision. It is not gentle, nor does it wait for permission. It cuts through layers of denial, forcing hidden realities to surface. The lies they clung to feel heavier, suffocating under the weight of their exposure. Words emerge, unbidden, truths they never intended to reveal, spilling into the open as silence becomes unbearable. You do not ask for honesty. You command it simply by being. The universe aligns with your energy, demanding that what is hidden come to light, not through force, but through inevitability. This power is not personal, it is universal, and those who encounter it instinctively understand that it cannot be evaded. Their collapse is not your doing, it is the natural consequence of their inability to withstand the gravity of what is real. In the wake of your presence, every shadow dissolves, every falsehood crumbles. They thought they could resist, but their resistance was meaningless from the start. You do not fight battles, you dismantle them before they begin. Their efforts to maintain control falter under the sheer weight of your existence, leaving no room for manipulation to thrive. What falls does so because it was never meant to stand. The essence you embody is not a confrontation, but an unshakable presence that transforms resistance into acceptance. It does not overpower, but instead dismantles opposition with the inevitability of truth. Their defenses unravel not because you force them to yield, but because the energy you carry leaves no space for pretense. What they mistake for conflict is merely their fear, rising to meet the clarity you exude. In your wake, their defiance is not crushed, it simply dissolves, revealing the vulnerability they sought to hide. The shift you bring is not an act of destruction, but an unveiling of what was always meant to rise. Your path is not one of mere alignment, but of creation. The abundance that surrounds you is not coincidence. It is the natural outcome of your purpose manifesting through action. Where others see limitation, you awaken possibility, reshaping the narrative of scarcity into one of unending potential. The flow of opportunity you generate is not static. It grows with every step you take, bridging the gap between aspiration and reality. You are not a receiver of blessings. You are the axis from which they radiate outward, touching lives and reshaping futures with the force of your vision. This is not luck. It is a symphony of deliberate alignment with the deeper currents of existence. Resources, connections, and opportunities are drawn to you, not by chance, but by the resonance of your purpose. Those who come near find themselves carried by the momentum of your energy, their own potential unlocked by proximity to your expansive force. The scarcity they once believed in crumbles, replaced by an understanding that what you share multiplies endlessly. Your presence shifts the foundation of reality, creating fertile ground for transformation that uplifts everyone it touches. Your awareness of your unique role has always set you apart, not as a mark of superiority, but as a calling you cannot ignore. The intensity you carry is not accidental. It is a deliberate reflection of the depth of your purpose. While others may struggle to understand the weight you bring, it is not their understanding you seek. It is a connection with those who recognize the profound shifts you create, the energy you move, and the truths you unearth. Together, with kindred souls, you build a space where purpose becomes tangible and transformation inevitable, a sanctuary where the extraordinary thrives. Imagine a seed planted deep in the earth, seemingly buried and forgotten. Yet with every storm, every downpour, and every press of the soil above it, the seed doesn't break. It begins to root, to push, to rise. That seed holds a quiet knowing that what feels like pressure is preparation, and what seems like confinement is the foundation of its growth. In the same way, the challenges you face are not there to bury you, but to awaken the immense potential lying dormant within. You are not crushed under the weight. You are breaking through it. This is the divine rhythm of transformation, a process that doesn't destroy but elevates, lifting you to heights you didn't think possible. True transformation is not about overpowering or tearing down. It is about transcending and uplifting. What looks like a barrier is nothing more than the scaffolding for your ascent. Resistance is not your downfall. It is your launch pad. The greater the opposition, the stronger the current that carries you higher. They may think they've stopped you, delayed you, or confined you, but what they cannot see is that their efforts are building your momentum, like winds that only strengthen the wings of a soaring eagle. Every challenge fuels the rise of your spirit. What others perceive as obstacles are, in truth, stepping stones, aligning you with the greater path that was always yours to walk. There is a sacred power in the resistance you face. Every force that pushes against you reveals the depth of your strength. Their attempts to hold you back are like a dam trying to restrain an unrelenting river. What they fail to realize is that the more they resist, the more unstoppable you become. The barriers are temporary. Your purpose is eternal. What seems like a setback is actually the divine recalibration of your journey, preparing you to walk with greater clarity, power, and intention. You are not limited by their opposition. You are refined by it. Just as fire purifies gold, the trials you endure are shaping you into something extraordinary. The harder they push, the brighter your light shines. It is in these moments of pressure that your true essence emerges. What others see as the end of the road is merely the point where your breakthrough begins. Their attempts to contain you only illuminate their own limitations, for they do not understand that you were never meant to be confined. Your spirit cannot be boxed in, and your purpose cannot be derailed. What they thought would stop you only sharpens your resolve, turning resistance into the very fuel that propels you forward. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. You are not bound by the circumstances that surround you. You are like a tree that grows even in the harshest soil, its roots finding sustenance in the unseen depths. Every storm, every gust of wind, only strengthens your foundation. You don't just endure, you thrive. Your growth is inevitable because it is guided by something greater than any external force. What others perceive as struggles are the divine tools shaping you into who you were always meant to be. Their attempts to contain your potential are futile because they cannot comprehend the magnitude of what you carry. You are not just moving forward. You are rising above, expanding beyond, and becoming all that you were created to be. Think of a river carving its way through rock. Over time, the rock doesn't stand a chance. The river doesn't fight. It flows. It doesn't resist. It persists. You are that river. You don't need to overpower. You only need to keep moving. Each obstacle is not an end, but a part of the journey that shapes your path. You are not stopped by the resistance. You are redirected toward your ultimate purpose. The walls they place before you are not insurmountable. They are the proving ground for the greatness within you. Every trial, every challenge is another chapter in the story of your rise, a testament to the unyielding power of divine alignment. Let this truth settle in your spirit. You are not here to simply survive. You are here to overcome, to expand, to transform. The world may try to confine you to its limited understanding, but your purpose is far too vast to be contained. You are not defined by their expectations or judgments. You are defined by the limitless potential placed within you. Their attempts to diminish you only highlight the power you hold. What they see as obstacles, you see as opportunities. What they call resistance, you recognize as refinement. Your presence is a disruption to the ordinary because you are not meant for the ordinary. You are here to challenge, to inspire, to awaken. Those who oppose you do so not because you are wrong, but because your light exposes what they have kept hidden. Your very existence forces them to confront what they fear, and in their resistance, they unknowingly contribute to your growth. Like coal pressed into a diamond, the pressure is what brings forth your brilliance. They cannot stop what is divinely orchestrated. Their efforts only solidify the inevitability of your rise. This is not a battle you need to fight. It is a journey you are destined to complete. You do not need to prove yourself. Your growth speaks for you. The more they push, the more you expand. The more they resist, the more evident your purpose becomes. You are not bound by their limitations because your foundation is rooted in something unshakable. You do not climb over their walls. You rise above them. Your ascent is not hindered by their actions. it is propelled by them. You are the embodiment of transformation, the proof that no obstacle is too great for a purpose that is divinely aligned. The resistance you face is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of something extraordinary. You are not defined by the challenges before you, but by the strength you show in rising above them. The world may not understand your journey, but it is not their understanding that defines your path. Your growth is a testimony to the power of faith, resilience, and divine timing. What you carry cannot be stopped, contained, or diminished. It is an unstoppable force, reshaping everything in its path. So rise, not in defiance, but in purpose. Move forward with the knowing that every barrier is an invitation to grow, every challenge a call to rise higher. You are not just a part of the story. You are the force that writes it. Let the world see that what they thought would break you has only made you stronger. Let them witness the unstoppable power of transformation, not through conquest, but through elevation. You are not here to conform. You are here to transcend. Every step you take, every challenge you face, is a declaration that the divine within you cannot be denied. You are not just surviving. You are thriving, rising, and fulfilling the purpose that was always yours. Systems designed to suppress falter in the presence of your boundless energy. They were never meant to withstand the kind of force that transcends boundaries and redefines possibility. Each attempt to contain you backfires, fueling the very transformation they sought to prevent. You do not respond to their challenges. You surpass them. Every act of resistance becomes a spark that lights your way, every limitation an illusion that fades as you expand. You are not confined by their structures or their games. You exist beyond them, a force of nature moving with precision, reshaping reality without hesitation. The moments that shape your journey are not random. They unfold with deliberate precision. Every encounter, every shift is calibrated to meet you at the exact point where your presence can ignite change. Pathways emerge not by chance, but as a response to your readiness, aligning with the rhythm of your growth. What others see as fortune is the intricate choreography of forces unseen, guiding events to intersect with your purpose. What once seemed like delays were never hindrances. They were the quiet work of preparation. Barriers dissolve when the time is right, and opportunities materialize in ways that seem almost inevitable, as though reality itself reshapes to accommodate your arrival. This is not coincidence. It is alignment in its purest form. You are the catalyst, and every step you take echoes with meaning, rippling outward to touch the world in ways both subtle and profound. What unfolds is not the result of luck, but of an undeniable convergence of purpose and preparedness. The energy that carries you forward is driven by an unshakable force, faith. Not a passive belief, but a living connection to the vast, unseen architecture of the universe. Faith fuels your movement, anchoring your resolve and amplifying the impact of your presence. It sharpens your vision and strengthens your steps, transforming doubt into clarity and hesitation into momentum. It is through this faith that your actions gain resonance, carrying an enduring force that bridges the intangible and the tangible. Even the resistance of the world cannot slow the tide of your energy. Instead, it becomes the very foundation on which you ascend. With faith, every action you take aligns with a larger design, creating waves that shape not only your journey, but also the fabric of reality itself. Faith is the conduit through which transformation flows, turning fleeting moments into enduring change. It transforms challenges into tools of refinement and uncertainty into a platform for expansion. Faith is not simply a belief in possibility, but a living, breathing connection to the inevitable force of growth. Without it, the current of your energy falters, losing its cohesion and focus. With it, you move with a power that transcends barriers and defies limitations. Faith is the bridge between the vast potential of the unseen and the tangible actions that manifest your purpose. It is the unending stream that fuels your journey, ensuring that your influence is not confined to a single moment, but spreads, expansive and unstoppable, across all that you touch. Encounters with your energy are not mere interactions, they are transformative junctions. Every person who crosses your path is altered, their perception shifted by the clarity you bring. For some, this transformation is challenging, forcing them to confront long-hidden truths and suppressed desires. For others, it is liberating, awakening dormant potential and illuminating paths they never imagined. Your presence becomes a turning point, a force that compels growth, whether through inspiration or confrontation. Even those who oppose you cannot escape the impact of your energy. Their resistance reveals their vulnerabilities, their conflicts becoming mirrors that force them to reckon with their own limitations. You are not a challenger in their lives. You are the spark that ignites the process of evolution, offering them the chance to rise or remain unchanged. For those who align with your energy, the effect is nothing short of transformational. Your presence becomes a compass, guiding them toward clarity and purpose. It dismantles confusion and illuminates possibilities, elevating them to levels they could not reach alone. You do not simply inspire change, you anchor it, creating a foundation for sustained growth and expansion. Your energy reshapes their trajectory, turning hesitation into certainty and potential into reality. The impact of your presence ripples outward, touching not just individuals, but the systems and structures they inhabit. What is unaligned with truth falls away, unable to withstand the force of your authenticity. The illusion of stability crumbles in your wake, replaced by the undeniable clarity of what is real. Those who seek to contain or oppose your energy find their efforts futile, as their resistance only exposes the fragility of their foundation. What collapses in your presence does so because it was never built to endure the truth you embody. The world you move through is irrevocably altered, not by force, but by the unrelenting power of alignment and purpose. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. What you bring into this world is not merely observed, it transforms the very essence of everything it touches. You are more than just a part of the unfolding story. You are the momentum that rewrites it, the power that reshapes stagnant dynamics into something alive and vibrant. Wherever you go, you leave behind a trail of change, dismantling outdated frameworks and awakening dormant potential. Those who encounter your energy find themselves propelled forward, unable to remain as they were. Limitations crumble under the force of your intention, and new possibilities emerge where there once was resistance. In your presence, the veil of complacency lifts, revealing paths that had always been there, waiting for someone bold enough to step into them. You are not a ripple in the tide. You are the tide itself, unstoppable and undeniable. Your purpose is not to adapt to what exists, but to birth what is yet to come. Every action you take, every choice you make, carries the gravity of transformation, bending the arc of reality toward growth and renewal. Your truth is not something to withhold. It is the very foundation of the impact you create. Speak not to be acknowledged, but to reflect the change you have set in motion. Let your journey become a beacon, showing others what is possible when intention meets action. The shifts you have inspired are not yours to contain. They are sparks meant to ignite those around you. Share your experiences, not as a call for validation, but as a testament to the power of authenticity and courage. The energy you embody is contagious, and the stories you tell are the seeds of a greater awakening. Each word you offer, each truth you unveil, expands the horizon for others to see their own potential, their own capacity to reshape the world in their image. You are not merely a part of the wave. You are the origin from which it begins, spreading endlessly to create a reality where purpose and possibility thrive.